see each other. अगर आप सब लोग अपने वीडियोस ऑन करेंगे तो अच्छा लगेगा. I'll be able to see you as well then.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Vimala Mataji.
Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. ओमक्रान्तमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते. तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामिनिति नामिने. नमो आचार्य पादाय निताय कृपा प्रदायने गौर कथा धामदया नगर ग्राम तारिणे. मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानंद माधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं. कथाञ्चन स्मृते यस्मिन् दुष्करं सुकरं भवेत् विस्मृतं विपरीते स्यात् श्रीचैतन्यं नमामि तम्. Hare Krishna. So thank you Mataji and Prabhuji for giving me this opportunity to speak in this forum. I would like to begin with Hindi में बोले कि English में बोले? What is convenient to everyone?
You can do mix Mataji, thoda Hindi, thoda English, so that both the audience, because there are mostly English speaking devotees, but I can see some Hindi speaking devotees are also there. So Hindi English mix करके थोड़ा.
ठीक है बाबा. So my journey began in 2009. I mean, previous to that, मैं भक्ति का प्रोसेस फॉलो कर रही थी. आई वाज प्रैक्टिसिंग. गुड़गांव में मैं थी. गुड़गांव में एक छोटा सा सेंटर था उस समय, और मैं वहाँ जाया करती थी एवरी संडे. एंड आई वाज प्रैक्टिसिंग एंड आई वाज chanting 16 rounds for about 1.5 years that time when I met Guru Maharaj. तो गुरु महाराज से हरप्रिय सेवा पद्मा माता जी, शायद आप लोग जानते होंगे, वो अभी दुबई में है. वो उन्होंने मुझे सबसे पहले गुरु महाराज से इंट्रोड्यूस कराया. पंचतत्व का अभिषेक सेरेमनी हो रही थी, जो महाअभिषेक होता है once in 5 years. दिस वाज February 2009. तो माता जी जा रही थी एंड शी mercifully took me along also. और फिर आई थिंक 3 days का वो ट्रिप था. और 3rd डे हमें रात में अच्छा, गुरु महाराज का स्ट्रोक हुआ था तभी, और वो पहली बार मायापुर आए थे. और ग्राउंड फ्लोर में, लोटस बिल्डिंग के ग्राउंड फ्लोर में वो रुके हुए थे. और रात के 11:30 बज रहे थे. उनकी जो सेक्रेटरी थी बाहर, रत्नावली माता जी, वो सबसे कह रही थी कि अब आप लोग जाइए, गुरु महाराज नहीं मिल पाएंगे. लेकिन मैंने देखा कि गुरु महाराज, तब जानती नहीं थी मैं, माता जी के गुरु थे, बस इतना पता है कि वो हर व्यक्ति से मिल रहे थे. चाहे उनका स्वास्थ्य उस समय बहुत खराब था. It was 11:30 in the night and we were still waiting. 2-3 more devotees were waiting also. So सारे servants गुरु महाराज को कह रहे थे कि you should take rest. लेकिन गुरु महाराज kept saying, बाहर कौन है बताओ, बाहर और कौन कौन है. तो रत्नावली माता जी ने बताया होगा हमारे बारे में, you bring them in, I'll just meet them for some time. तो गुरु महाराज से के सामने मैं और माता जी पहुंचे, माता जी ने इंट्रोड्यूस कराया, गुरु महाराज ने पूछा मुझसे how long you've been chanting. So I told how many books of Prabhupada you've read. I was an avid reader, so I said, so Prabhupada, I'm reading all the books, I've read most of them, and like that I told him. And then Guru Maharaj said, would you like to take shelter? It is 11:30 in the night. And I am surprised. So Mataji is looking at me, and so I said yes, yes, Guru Maharaj. And somehow, it was I saw this very merciful figure in him. He was all as if I've seen Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Just the day before, I had seen the Abhishek, so huge and magnanimous Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and here there's another person sitting. He is made up of bodies like us, but he is non-different from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That was my first realization. So I was aghast, and then Ratnavali Mataji was asked to arrange for flowers for shelter, but there were no flowers. 11:30 in the night, where can we get flowers? And nobody is able to find flowers. And Guru Maharaj is sitting. Guru Maharaj, he's paralyzed, and this fluid flowing from one of his eyes, and the servants are wiping it off. He's in not a good state, but he's so sharp. He points to a vase which is just next in the room. He says, take the flowers from there. And then Sevabhadra Mataji quickly takes the flowers from there, and my shelter ceremony is performed at about 12 in the night, maybe now. And then I leave, and but I wasn't sure about initiation, because my husband was not husband, and the entire family has been quite against Krishna consciousness that time. तो वो नहीं चाहते थे कि मैं दीक्षा लूं, और मुझे डर था, उन्हें तो शायद दीक्षा के बारे में पता भी नहीं था, पर मुझे बहुत डर था कि क्या मैं ये स्टेप ले सकती हूँ दीक्षा का। तो मैंने कभी सोचा नहीं था दीक्षा का, तो मैंने सोचा था चलो कोई बात नहीं, शेल्टर हो गया, ठीक है, आई एम इन द शेल्टर ऑफ अ बोनाफाइड स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर, दैट्स इट, नथिंग मोर फॉर मी. So Guru Maharaj also explained to me after shelter that, in 6 months' time, I can take Diksha, because I have already read everything and all that. So I just paid obeisances. We came out. Next morning was a flight. We came back. And then I wasn't thinking about initiation because I was pretty scared. And then after 6 months, this was February 2009, I got shelter, and September 2009, Guru Maharaj, most of the Delhiites would know that Guru Maharaj came and stayed over in the Delhi temple east of Kailash for about 1 month, more than 1 month. He was taking some therapies and taking some, he was consulting some of the Delhi doctors, etc. So that time, although Guru Maharaj stayed for a long period, but I could just meet him maybe a couple of times that time. And I went to Guru Maharaj to meet Guru Maharaj, and then Guru Maharaj, Mataji was there again, and Guru Maharaj on his fingers, he said, now it is March, April, May, June, July, August, 6 months are over, now you should take initiation. He was counting on his fingers like that, and I couldn't say anything, and the next time, a few days later, I again went and met Guru Maharaj just for darshan. I went again. Guru Maharaj did the same thing. He did the counting again. He said, you should take initiation. I said, and then I revealed my heart to Guru Maharaj. I said, Guru Maharaj, I cannot take initiation. Everybody is really antagonistic. Everybody is against, and I'm very scared. He says, Guru Maharaj said, okay, you go home, seek permission from your husband, and if your husband says yes, then I will give you initiation. I said, that's not possible, but I said, I'll try. So I went, I came home, and a couple of days later, I asked my husband if I could take Diksha. So my husband got really angry, and he said that you do what you want to do. In any case, you don't listen to me. So what to understand from it, I don't know. So I conveyed to Guru Maharaj, I think I went and met him again, and I told him that, Guru Maharaj, this is the reply that came. Guru Maharaj, he's given you permission. Now you can take initiation. But to cut the long story short, on the day of initiation, when I was supposed to go, my husband got really mad at me, and he said that you cannot do this. And so much anger he showed. So I told him that I will just go and tell Guru Maharaj about it. So Guru Maharaj, so Mataji again played a very important role. She conveyed everything to Guru Maharaj, and Guru Maharaj said, "Never mind, I will take care of you." Those were his words, and he gave me Diksha. And immediately after Diksha, I went back home like a good girl, not telling anything to anyone. And this secret lasted for a good year and a half. I didn't tell anyone in the family. So I went, and so Guru Maharaj said that he'll take care of me, and he actually did that. In the next year, 2000. Okay, one more thing happened, that I got initiation, and I made a promise to Guru Maharaj that I will help you fulfill Srila Prabhupada's mission, as you all did. So I immediately after my initiation was Kartik month. Every Kartik month, I used to invite the neighbors and friends to offer diya at my home every day. I did the same thing. But this Kartik month was little special, because one Mataji who was visiting, she kept telling me that you keep reading Bhagavad Gita, why don't you teach us Bhagavad Gita? So because of her insistence, and she collected a few more ladies from the building, and that's how my Bhagavad Gita class started. So preaching started immediately after Guru Maharaj gave me initiation. So Guru Maharaj, not only when we promise something to Guru Maharaj not only takes that promise, but he also makes the arrangement for you to fulfill it. It's so amazing. So my preaching started, and then in the year 2010, about 1 year later, somehow we got the opportunity that my husband could drive Guru Maharaj from the airport to Seva Padma Mataji's house. And he was driving, and there's a very nice pastime there, which my husband loves to narrate. So Guru Maharaj was sitting in the Innova car, and it was a safari car, right next to my husband. And my husband's not used to saying Maharaj. He's seen a few men in Iskcon, and he calls them Prabhus. So he was calling him Prabhu, and Guru Maharaj corrected that you should say Guru Maharaj, not Prabhu. And then Guru Maharaj, he comes down to our level of, where we are to be able to preach to us. He spoke to him as though he himself is a businessman or something, and he was talking about business, and he was talking about, oh, which phone do you use? Okay, so BlackBerry. I also have a BlackBerry that time, 2011, 2010. And he says, then Guru Maharaj tells him, can you share your BlackBerry pin? We could chat with each other. That time there was no WhatsApp or, other chat programs. It was only that BlackBerry people could communicate with each other through chat. It's amazing that Guru Maharaj is asking my husband for his BlackBerry pin to be able to chat with him. But my husband did not give it, for whatever reasons. And then he dropped Guru Maharaj, and Guru Maharaj gave a lecture at Mataji's house. And there were people asking questions. My husband also asked some weird questions. And then finally, Guru Maharaj went from there to Vrindavan, and I followed him to Vrindavan. And he stayed there he was supposed to stay there. It was safari, so it was he was supposed to stay there for some time. And then it was Ekadashi night, and Guru Maharaj was distributing prasadam, papaya. I still remember it because there were so many people, the room was full, and he was distributing papaya. And then when my turn came, I and my son were there, and Guru Maharaj handed over the papaya to me. He looked up at me and he said, "Where is Sandeep?" He wasn't talking to anyone. Sandeep is my husband's name. out of the 100 people in the room, Guru Maharaj remembers my husband, and he asked me where he is. I said, Guru Maharaj, he hasn't come. Maybe he'll come. Like that, I told him. And by his mercy only, I called up my husband and I told him Guru Maharaj was asking about you. He didn't believe me at first. And then somehow he came. The next day he came. And the next day or a couple of days later he came. And I requested him to go and pay obeisances to Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj was sitting in the Govindas in Vrindavan, one full table. The entire Govindas was closed. He was sitting, he was having prasadam, and he was also deciding the names because Diksha was supposed to be given. And we went inside. I and my husband paid obeisances, and Guru Maharaj asked my husband, and both of us actually, he says, 2 days later, I'm supposed to transit through Gurgaon, through Delhi. No, first he asked both of us, how big is your house? I said, it's a 3 BHK. And how many people live? I said, just 2 of us and my son. So he said, will it be inconvenient for you if I come and stay one night with you? I was like, oh, how was Guru Maharaj asking that? And I nudged my husband to say yes. And I could not believe my ears. Just remember, he told me he'll take care of me, and now he's come to take care of me. So he said these words, and we had to say yes. My husband thought that, when he comes, there'll be so many servants, so many people will be coming with him, and it'll be, how will we accommodate them? He was worried, but, I just said yes, and he also said yes. And then the next question Guru Maharaj asked, would you like to take aspiring? He asked my husband. So my husband was not chanting really that time. He said, if you promise to chant 1 round every day, I will give you aspiring. And my husband was, His Grace Madhavkanta Prabhu explained to my husband what aspiring was. And then he said yes, finally, he said yes to aspiring. And when Guru Maharaj started giving Diksha in the veranda of the Vrindavan temple, the first name that was called out was my husband's name. His aspiring was done that time. And he promised to chant 1 round. And then we came back to Gurgaon because we had to make preparations for Guru Maharaj to come. And we kind of cleaned the house nicely. And somehow, I don't know what happened to my husband, who was just a few days ago so antagonistic to Krishna consciousness. He suddenly had melted. I don't know what had happened to him. He was cleaning the house with me. He bought a new mattress for Guru Maharaj to, for the bed. And then when Guru Maharaj was coming, he went on the outskirts of Gurgaon to guide the vehicles to come to our home. And when he was coming, when everybody came, Guru Maharaj landed. Guru Maharaj came to the society. My husband got down from his car and he was crying tears. I said, why are you crying? He said, I don't know why I'm crying. And I could see that, those symptoms that we hear, what is ecstasy, etc., was happening to him. And then he says, he's my father, I'm really attached to him. I said, I don't know what happened to you. And then Guru Maharaj came in, and in the night, Guru Maharaj asked my husband to massage his feet. There was a special oil which we were giving him that time, and we got that oil from a doctor, Ayurvedic doctor, and then Guru Maharaj, then my husband massaged his feet, and he was, one could feel that, his heart had transformed just by doing that, And this person who was forever, I think in 2004, I was connected to Krishna consciousness. And for the past 4-5 years, all he had done was to give me difficulty in Krishna consciousness. And he had suddenly melted. He promised to chant. So Guru Maharaj left after that. And my husband promised to chant 2 rounds, 1 round for himself, 1 round for Guru Maharaj's good health. And then he suddenly, I don't know what happened. He started chanting 10 rounds. And then he went to Lucknow. He was attending Mangal Aarti. He had some business that time with Lucknow. So he went to Lucknow, and for a few days he was there. He was attending Mangal Aarti every day. He was chanting 16 rounds suddenly. But so this transformation had happened, and I wrote to Guru Maharaj about it. Guru Maharaj, what Guru Maharaj wrote back to me? He said that you see all these good qualities in me because you are good. It's not that I have done anything. See the extent of humility. He's not even taking credit of such a big drastic change that has happened just because of his presence. So he changed my life completely. Completely. In just one night, he just turned it over. It was like a miracle, which I couldn't believe myself. So I just decided that this is the person that, I need to give my life to. That's all. Nothing beyond it. And it gave me more dedication, more strength. So this happened 2010. Then Guru Maharaj also came and stayed in 2011 at our place. So whenever he was transiting Delhi, he used to come and stay. And one time His Grace Radha Gopinath Prabhu, who lives in Delhi, he told me that we used to book Guru Maharaj in the Delhi guest house, but Guru Maharaj always used to come and stay at your home. I don't know why he did that. We used to make arrangements in the Delhi temple, and he used to go to your place. So he gave me special mercy. He gave me a lot of mercy. And in 2011, we also, Guru Maharaj was staying at Tirupati for some program for about 6-7 days. And we requested that if we could also accompany him. And we as a family, we also went together and we stayed with him for a week. And that time also we got a lot of mercy. And he gave us a lot of love, a lot of personal attention, which like a father treats the children, asking about everyone. And have you had prasadam? Are you living comfortably? Are your rooms comfortable? So much, every brief bit he was asking. And so Guru Maharaj kept giving us that mercy. He used to come and stay at our home. One time he came and stayed for about like 4-5 days, a week's time actually, at our home. And we were taking him around for a walk, on his wheelchair. And the towers were named like S1, S2, S3. So there was another devotee who used to live there. And Guru Maharaj asked him, what does S stand for? He said, South Close 1, South Close 2, like that, he said. And Guru Maharaj said, no, it's not South Close. It is Shyam Sundar 1, Shyam Sundar 2, Shyam Sundar 3. So he's so Krishna conscious. Everything he will turn to Krishna somehow. Every joke, every situation, he will just transform it to Krishna consciousness. So so like that, he we've had some personal problems as well many times in our lives, and we've written to Guru Maharaj, and Guru Maharaj has helped us, or somehow arranged someone to come and help us. It's been really miraculous. And so whenever Guru Maharaj visited, we had he used to meet every Bhakti Vriksha member. Used to some of like Charumukhi Mataji is here, and so they had real personal time with Guru Maharaj. So Guru Maharaj used to ask everyone how what they're doing, what they're studying, how they're feeling, like that. And one time, one family I was preaching to, husband, wife. Husband was a scientist. The wife was a teacher, and the wife was practicing nicely, chanting 16 rounds. Husband was chanting a couple of rounds, but he was not so. Although he was attending classes, but he was not very convinced. So Guru Maharaj started talking to him. He spoke to him for a long time about what he does, and he explained that how he's researching on pain. Have you heard Guru Maharaj's, there's one short video also on pain, there's a research on pain he talks about. And he talked about this research at in many lectures after that. So this scientist had been researching on pain and many kinds of pains. So Guru Maharaj heard him out, what all kinds of pains, the physical pain, the mental pain, all these pains, Guru Maharaj heard him out. And then very patiently, Guru Maharaj told him that, so you're researching on pain, but how to get rid of all the pains? Are you thinking about that? So, he heard him, I so patient. One would think, oh, this is such a waste of time. But I learned actually how to preach from Guru Maharaj only, the way he treated my Bhakti Vriksha members. So the scientist, he spent about like 25 minutes with him, understanding what he does. And then he started telling him something. And after that, the daughter came in, scientist's daughter came in, and the daughter, I think, was in class 8th or something. Then Guru Maharaj completely, turned his way of communicating. He asked the name, etc. And then he didn't give her any lecture or anything. He just said, "Are you on Facebook?" "I'm on Facebook. Would you like to connect with me?" Like that. So you can see how Guru Maharaj is so merciful that he wants to understand the person, first, and then preach to him. He's not just, oh, I am this big guru, I have made so many disciples. So every individual soul, the way he treated every individual soul, every member of my Bhakti Vriksha, they got so much personal attention, so much love. One Mataji was expecting, and she went to Guru Maharaj, and she had some complications, and she went to Guru Maharaj and she was crying, and Guru Maharaj put his hand on the womb like this for like a considerable period of time, like 10 minutes or something like that. And he kept praying. And this Mataji, unfortunately, the baby was born and she died in 3 days. Mataji was very upset. Mataji was crying, and the husband was also distraught. And they went to Guru Maharaj again. And that time, so Guru Maharaj again heard out the entire story, whatever had happened with them, each and every, every time, what happened to the child, how she exactly suffered and all. And Guru Maharaj kept meditating for some time. And then Guru Maharaj said that the baby has gone back to Krishna. You fed her prasadam, and she was supposed to be here only for 3 days, and she has gone back to Krishna. And he also mentioned that I had prayed for a healthy, Krishna conscious Suputra for you. So none of these prayers were fulfilled. But you please wait and you can try again. And with Guru Maharaj's mercy, Mataji, after a few months, she conceived again, and now she has a child. And the child is so Krishna conscious. He sings bhajans as though he knows them from his previous life. He's all of 3 years old. Bhavtarini Mataji, I don't know if she's here. She recently got her Diksha. So her son is very Krishna conscious, all because of the mercy of Guru Maharaj. So one big thing that I learned from Guru Maharaj's dealings with devotees is that his heart is full of compassion. He's so merciful. He's so merciful. He is adoshadarshi. He will not look at our shortcomings. He will not look at our faults. He will just try to understand us first, and then give us that knowledge, give us that input which will transform our mind and heart. Till date, when he speaks with my husband, he doesn't talk about Krishna consciousness. He talks about BBC, what news, the political world affairs, because that interests my husband. That makes my husband get attached to him. My existence, my life, my family, the entire thing, I just owe it to Guru Maharaj. Recently, I wrote to Guru Maharaj that my son is going to study abroad. He's going to study in Germany, and he's going to pursue his BTech there. And Guru Maharaj asked him, wrote back asking me, how many years is the course? Which is the university exactly? You please tell me how I can connect him to the devotees there. And so much care, like a father, and in spite of the fact that he's so busy, I'm sure आप सबने वो कार्तिक month का जो letter है वो पढ़ा होगा. He's so busy, still he has time for our little things which make us completely get attached to him. So he wrote, this conversation went a couple of times, and then finally he sent me the number of one Mataji who is taking care of JSS in Germany, and he told me to connect to her. I wrote back to Guru Maharaj again that Mataji does not know anyone in this particular city. I practically had given up because it's a small town. It's a university where my son is going to study, and I gave up. Devotees nahi mil rahe hain, to nahi mil rahe hain, kya karu? But Guru Maharaj kept writing. Guru Maharaj said, no, you please send me the exact address of his university, and also give me his email ID. So he took my son's email ID also. I am hopeful that he's going to write to him. And then he wrote one liner again. He says, I'm willing to learn German language if your son is going to hear my lectures. So such personal touch. So I was telling Madhav, my son, about it. And I wasn't able to find the devotees, but then just two days after I received this email, when Guru Maharaj is saying, no, I'm still trying to find devotees for your son. Just 2 days later, somebody from Netherlands, one devotee who had shifted from Gurgaon to Netherlands, she called me up. I have found a very, very nice family who's a devotee family. The whole family is Krishna consciousness, and they live in Aachen, which is a city where my son is going to stay. That's a small town, actually. So can you imagine? Just because of his prayers, his desire, I had practically given up, I said, nahi milega, chota sa jagah hai, kahan milega, but nahi mil rahe hain. So theek hai, koi baat nahi. But because the Guru is thinking, see how Krishna arranges. So आप सब भी preachers हैं, तो आप सबसे मैंने गुरु महाराज से यही सीखा है कि हर व्यक्ति को उसको हर individual को importance चाहिए. Nobody is looking for Krishna, but everyone's looking for love. So give personal attention, give love to everyone, and automatically they'll be Krishna conscious. So whenever we go out to preach, it should not be us who should be giving that we know something. To be, we should listen more, we should hear them more, and then give the solution that will touch their hearts. So this is all I have to say. So Mataji and Prabhuji, could you please let me know what if someone has any question to ask, you could ask.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you Mataji for very nicely telling all the different life experiences. काफी relate कर पा रहे थे हम भी कि हाँ मतलब relate not in the sense कि हमारे साथ भी हुआ है but कि हाँ गुरु महाराज कितने पर्सनल हैं. कुछ हम सुनते रहते हैं but he is very personal, he takes very personal care, very personal attention he gives, even though like I have also written mail sometimes and he'll respond back. I think only once or twice he missed, but if I send it again, I'll definitely get a response. That's feedback that I also have. So in spite of his very busy schedule, he's taking care of all of us. Yeah. So Hare Krishna. So it's a very nice time. If any one of you has any question, अगर आपका किसी का कोई question है तो आप माता जी से पूछ सकते हैं.
क्वेश्चन या कोई कुछ भी आप बोलना चाहते हैं, है ना? एनीथिंग यू
यस माता जी, हरे कृष्णा।
कृष्णा।
आपका ये सुन के अभी स्पीचलेस तो है, पर जो आपका एक्सपीरियंस है उसमें व्हेन देयर इज अ विल देयर इज अ वे आल्सो। सो इफ आई से मेरा हो नहीं रहा, बट अगर मैं विल करूंगी तो आई विल फाइंड माय वे। सो मैं भी अपने मन को पक्का करें, देयर इज अ विल, वो वे बनेगा, जरूर बनेगा। थैंक यू सो मच।
ओके, हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा माता जी, दंड प्रणाम। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।
हाँ, हरे कृष्णा माता जी, सॉरी यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा डिस्टरबेंस है इसलिए मैं वेट कर रही थी। मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है कि जैसे हमें कई बार ऐसा लगता है कि हम डिप्रेस हो जाते हैं, हम चाहते हैं कि हम गुरु महाराज की सेवा करें, मतलब बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि हम थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ते हैं लेकिन कुछ ऐसे सरकमस्टेंसेस हो जाते हैं हमारी लाइफ में, या फिर तो वो एक स्ट्रेस आ जाता है, डिप्रेशन आ जाता है कि नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, अब कुछ नहीं हो सकता तुमसे। ऐसी वाली स्थिति में हमको कैसे, हमें अपने आप को मोटिवेट करते हुए गुरुदेव की सेवा में लगे रहना चाहिए? मतलब आई ऑलवेज फील कि मैं हमेशा कोशिश करती हूँ बट हमेशा मैं फेल हो जाती हूँ।
मुझे एक और इंसिडेंट याद आ गया गुरु महाराज के साथ, इफ यू अलाउ आई मे शेयर दैट। तो एक बार एक माता जी को मैं गुरु महाराज से मिलाने के लिए लेके गई थी हॉस्पिटल में। तो उनको काफी सारी बीमारियां थी। तो गुरु महाराज ने उनसे पूछा, हाउ मेनी राउंड्स डू यू चैंट? उन्होंने बताया ऐसे ऐसे मेरे को काफी बीमारी है और मैं जब इसलिए नहीं कर पाती हूँ। अब जानते हैं गुरु महाराज ने क्या बोला उनको? उन्होंने बोला कि क्या आप मुझसे भी ज्यादा बीमार हो? मैं हर रोज 16 राउंड्स करता हूँ, आप भी ट्राई करो, यू कैन ऑल्सो डू इट, यू नो। सो माता जी, गुरु महाराज जो एग्जाम्पल सेट कर रहे हैं ना, वो 10,000 साल तक जब ये मूवमेंट चलेगा ना, तो he will be spoken about that in this condition of body he kept preaching. Can you imagine? He's stuck to the wheelchair. 2008 से वो व्हीलचेयर पे बैठे हुए हैं, है ना? इतना लंबा समय, और आगे भी उनको मेरी भी उम्र लग जाए सारी। गुरु महाराज इज किस लिए रुके हैं? हमारे लिए रुके हैं ना यहाँ पे, नहीं तो वो चले जाते गोलोक वृंदावन, कंफर्टेबली रहते उस शरीर में। आप जानते हैं अभी ILBS में उनका लेक्चर था, तो डॉक्टर सरीन खुद कह रहे थे कि कोई ऐसी बीमारी नहीं है जो गुरु महाराज को ना हो। कोई भी बीमारी है ना, टिक लगा, हाई BP, डायबिटीज, अनेक बीमारियां, है ना? तो उस स्थिति में जो व्यक्ति इतना बड़ा एग्जाम्पल सेट कर रहा है ना, वो केवल एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं कर रहे। आप जानते हैं जब वो 2008 में जब बच गए थे स्ट्रोक से, तो 2009 में एक बड़ा सा जर्नल लिखा गया था कि कैसे कोई व्यक्ति ऐसे इस हेमरेज से बच सकता है। और वो बचे ही नहीं, केवल वो प्रचार कर रहे हैं, वो दीक्षा दे रहे हैं भक्तों को, वो इतनी मीटिंग्स अटेंड कर रहे हैं, वो ऐसे ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं जैसे कोई नॉर्मल व्यक्ति भी उनके साथ कीप अप नहीं कर रहा है। तो ये ऑर्डिनरी व्यक्ति आपको लगते हैं? सो जो गुरु महाराज के ऊपर बायोग्राफी लिखी जाएगी, अभी एक ये तो बायोग्राफी लिखा ही गया, महावर प्रभु भी कुछ लिख रहे हैं। That will be a book that will stay with Iskcon for 10,000 years. You know, it will stay because जो गुरु महाराज करके जा रहे हैं वो हम सबको इंस्पायर करेगा, हमारे पूरी मूवमेंट को इंस्पायर करेगा कई हजारों सालों तक, है ना? तो ये गुरु महाराज लीला कर रहे हैं। और ये हमें, अभी जैसे मैं थोड़ा सा बीमार हो जाती हूँ तो मैं क्लास कैंसिल नहीं कर पाती हूँ, क्योंकि इतनी गिल्ट फीलिंग होती है कि मेरे गुरु हैं जो इस स्थिति में घूम के प्रचार कर रहे हैं, इतने सेवा कर रहे हैं अपने स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर की, तो मेरा क्या दायित्व बनता है ना? तो माता जी, हमारे गुरु महाराज ऐसा टॉप लेवल का एग्जाम्पल सेट कर रहे हैं कि हमें कोशिश करनी होगी, है ना। हम जिस भी स्थिति में हमें कोशिश करनी होगी और सेवा करनी होगी, है ना माता जी? इज दैट ओके माता जी?
यस माता जी। थैंक यू
थैंक यू।
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam. This is Anand Vihari Krishnadas Mataji. Please accept my sincere, honest obeisances on your lotus feet, Mataji.
Please accept.
Thank you for the beautiful lecture, which is really, you have given so many stories of how one is can get connected with Guru Maharaj and how Guru Maharaj ensures that his devotees are connected to him. So that is very motivating. And the last one which you shared, I don't have words to say about it. That really the way Guru Maharaj is doing, we are not even in decimals also we are doing, not even in decimals. So really it is, I think so this is a great pastime or stories, whatever I can term it or you can term it, but this was very inspiring for all of us that yes, anything happen, you should not stop. You have to continue. This is the big message you have given. Thanks for this. But on the lighter mode, Mataji, your one question, I think so, whether I missed it or you did not disclose for 1.5 years to Prabhuji that you have taken Diksha from Guru Maharaj. Yes, so how did you disclose that? If you don't mind, you can share that, because this is a story which many, especially many ladies are also facing this, to be very frank. Maybe in India, obviously it's bad or wrong, good, bad, I don't know. But yes, ladies face, even I also know that someone is there who has taken Diksha, yet she has not told her husband. Maybe more than 2.5 years have gone. So if you can share that, so that will help people to manage their case also. Thank you.
I just owe it to I actually, Prabhuji, I didn't know how to go about doing it. But when Guru Maharaj was supposed to come to Gurgaon to stay at Seva Padma Mataji's house, that time when I requested my husband to drive him from the airport to Mataji's house, that time I revealed to him that, you know, he's my father. And he's the one who's you know, given me Diksha, and I'm trying to do everything on his behalf, practicing Krishna consciousness, etc. By that time, actually, by mercy of Guru, Prabhuji, we also learn how to deal with our relatives, and we also, by mercy of Guru, we also mellow down a bit. Earlier, maybe, you know, you know, I learned from Guru Maharaj only that, you know, for instance, for the husband or any family member for that matter, if we don't walk with them, generally what happens is that if I take up Krishna consciousness, my route becomes different, you know. But Guru Maharaj, through his lectures and everything, I learned that from Guru Maharaj that, you know, we have to walk with these people. We have to walk hand in hand with these people so that one day we are able to pull them to our path. Because there is no sustenance on their path. Material path has no sustenance, you know. Eventually they'll come back to Krishna consciousness, So we have to keep holding their hand. And the way, how mercifully Guru Maharaj was dealing with everyone, it brought about a lot of melting in the heart for me as well. That, you know, this is how we should deal with people. Not that, you know, oh, because I'm following a spiritual path, so I'm superior to them. No, I'm not superior. I'm really, really fallen. And they are also equally loved by Krishna as I am. So, so that melting would have happened, and I was kind of trying to, you know, serve my husband nicely. And he would have changed by then, that I could tell him that. So my message to all the ladies who are facing is that serve the husband nicely.
In fact, it is the case of my youngest sister. We both brother sister took Diksha in 2020 with Guru Maharaj on the day of Radha Ashtami. She was very scared. I said, just move on here. We'll see what will happen. So she said, Bhaiya, what? I said, just move on. Dekha jayega kya hota hai. So she just went on. So this is her case only. So I always tell her, keep time.
You
Will
mute.
happen.
Yes. See,
Thank you.
Guru Maharaj always mentions the pastime of Pishima. You know, how Pishima served her husband, although the husband was breaking all the regulative principles. Prabhupada's sister, you know. So we just try to follow Guru Maharaj's words. Everything will fall into place. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for motivating, Mataji. Thanks a lot. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna. Okay. Rashmi Sharma Mataji.
हरे कृष्णा माता जी।
Hare.
माता जी, मेरे को एक क्वेश्चन पूछना था कि जैसे कभी वैष्णव की सेवा का मौका मिलता है, कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी आती है, लेकिन फैमिली की वजह से हम उसको नहीं ले पाते, तो उस समय कैसे डीलिंग करनी चाहिए?
माता जी, पहले तो ना भगवान से बहुत अच्छे से प्रार्थना करनी चाहिए, और फिर जो परमात्मा हमारे फैमिली के हृदयों में बैठे हैं उनसे भी प्रार्थना करनी चाहिए, और फिर बात करनी चाहिए बहुत ही हम्बली। और आपके लिए कितनी इम्पोर्टेंट है ये बात, तो देयर आर बेटर चांस है कि वो जो हमारे फैमिली वाले हैं ना, वो हमारी बात मान जाएंगे अगर हम उसको हम्बली अप्रोच करेंगे और उनको बताएंगे कि हमारे लिए कितनी इम्पोर्टेंट है ये, प्रेम से लेके ना। इज दैट ओके माता जी?
जी माता जी, पर माता जी अगर हम इस चीज को मिस कर दें तो फिर हमें तो गिल्ट फील होता है। तो
हाँ, मिस कर दें तो माता जी हम और आगे अपॉर्चुनिटीज आएंगी। देखिए, आपका अगर डिजायर है सेवा करने का तो भगवान जरूर फुलफिल करेंगे, है ना?
जी,
तो आगे भी आएंगी अपॉर्चुनिटीज।
जी माता जी, प्रेम पूर्वक कहा था लेकिन बात नहीं बनी, तो फिर मैंने कृष्णा को ही बोला कि आप जैसा चाहते हो वैसा ही हो ना।
हाँ 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 हाँ, हो सकता है माता जी कि कभी कभी ना भगवान हमारे अंदर और ज्यादा आतुरता पैदा करने के लिए ऐसा सिचुएशन क्रिएट करते हैं कि हम चाहते हैं सेवा करना पर हम नहीं कर पाते, है ना? तो वी लीव इट टू कृष्णा। कृष्णा का कुछ तो प्लान होगा। यस माता जी।
जी माता जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
यस माता जी। ओके, यस, कांचन वर्ण गौरांगी माता जी।
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances.
That's mine.
Mataji, my question is, how to develop, like how do we attach ourselves to Guru, like Shri Guru Charane Rati? So like you have so much love for Guru Maharaj. How can we always feel connected with Guru Maharaj? And we should have that, like we hear that we should completely, after taking initiation, like इतना ज्यादा चाहिए Guru Maharaj is everything for us. तभी we can follow him with determination, everything. So how to always feel connected to Guru Maharaj and develop that attachment deep for him.
यस माता जी, एक तो आपने खुद ही अपने क्वेश्चन में आंसर छुपा के दिया कि एक तो माता जी गुरु पूजा जब गाएं तो हर रोज गाएं और बहुत फीलिंगली गाएं उसको, है ना? वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, है ना? जब प्रभुपाद बहुत बिजी थे मायापुर प्रोजेक्ट्स में, तो श्रीला प्रभुपाद से आप लोग जानते होंगे, श्रीला प्रभुपाद से उन्होंने पूछा कि मैं कोई टेम्पल प्रोग्राम्स नहीं अटेंड कर पाता तो मैं क्या करूं? तो प्रभुपाद ने बोला, आप कोई और प्रोग्राम नहीं अटेंड कर पाते, कोई बात नहीं, आप गुरु पूजा जरूर अटेंड कीजिए, है ना? तो माता जी गुरु पूजा जरूर कीजिए। सो okay, I'll say it in English. There is a good singing Guru Puja in the morning is very important, and we should do it with utmost feeling, with every line. Every line is so precious, you know, every line we should feel it and sing it, and, you know, pray to Prabhupada, pray to Guru Maharaj. So that is one very important ingredient of our devotional practice that we should do every day. That's one thing. And the second thing, how to develop attachment. How do you develop attachment in the normal world? By serving someone, you feel attached to them and they feel attached to you, isn't it? Like a mother, like when a child is born, the infant is not attached to the mother and the mother is not attached to the infant. But the more the mother serves the infant and the infant feels secure in the mother's presence, the bond of love develops, isn't it? Similarly, having the vapu or the physical association of the guru is not important. It is the vani that is most important. So every day we try to hear, and whatever we are hearing, we try to implement. We try to implement the same moods that our Guru Maharaj has. And our Guru Maharaj is exhibiting so much attachment to his spiritual master that he is willing to live in this miserable body just to serve Srila Prabhupada. He is willing to take up so many risks, like these big surgeries that he's taking. He's constantly working hard for the pleasure of his spiritual master. He's even, he remembers every small instruction that Srila Prabhupada gave. For instance, Prabhupada said, my life will become long if you give me a rose every day. Imagine such a small instruction. He remembers and he puts it on his app. He puts it everywhere. Can we remember such instructions? So all the lectures that you hear of Guru Maharaj, the old lectures also, 1970s, 1980s, whatever we hear are instructions to us. We may not be getting specific instructions, but every time anybody gets initiated, he gets a big instruction. He says, please help me fulfill Srila Prabhupada's mission. Guru Maharaj says that, isn't it? So that's a big thing in itself. And how to lead our lives? Our Guru Maharaj is exemplary. He's showcasing in his everyday life how a devotee should be, how he should be dedicated to his spiritual master, how he should be living, how he should be dealing with others, even neophytes. He's giving them so much importance, so much love. So by example and by Vani, he's showing us so many things, Mataji. So the more you serve the Vani, the more you imbibe his qualities that you're seeing, the more you will get attached to him, So that's what I feel. If anybody else feels something more, you can also share maybe. Yeah.
Mataji, related to this, I could just remember one thing. If you allow, I can.
Yes, please. Yes, Prabhu, please.
So actually, when I got initiated, I received initiation basically from Guru Maharaj in 2015. So that time my counselor, His Grace Mohan Gorchand Prabhuji, so he was telling me that time, he like some devotee, he approached actually Guru Maharaj and he was telling, I actually took initiation from you. I didn't had any intention, but somehow I am not very much interested to, so, but now I have taken, what should I do? Because you are also bona fide and there is no point in giving you up. So then Guru Maharaj told him, see, if you chant, if you do this Guru Puja every day, like you were telling, right? So my counselor told same, Guru Maharaj replied, if you do Guru Puja every day, you'll develop attachment to me, don't worry. So
wow. Wow.
Just remembered this from my counselors. He was telling me when I got initiated.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. निक्की माताजी का नया नाम क्या है?
हरे कृष्णा माताजी, प्रणाम।
प्रणाम माताजी।
नेम इज नंदिनी चंद्रावली
जय। यस माताजी, प्लीज टेल।
माताजी, जैसे कि खुशी माताजी पूछ रहे हैं कि मतलब खुशी माताजी का जो क्वेश्चन है उसी की कंटिन्यूएशन में, जैसे कि आप बोल रहे हैं कि गुरु महाराज बोलते हैं कि जो न्योफाइट है उनके साथ भी हमें कैसे डील करना चाहिए, वो भी बताते हैं गुरु महाराज। तो अगर हम उन न्योफाइट की वजह से ही, या मतलब जो भी नॉन डिवोटीज हैं उनकी वजह से अगर हमें गुरु महाराज को सर्व करने में दिक्कत आ रही है, या फिर मतलब हमारी खुद की स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ की मतलब उसमें हमें दिक्कत आ रही है, तो वो हम कैसे डील कर सकते हैं? मतलब उस चीज के बारे में मेरे को पूछना था कि अगर हम किसी को टीच कर रहे हैं और हमें खुद की उस चीज में मतलब दिक्कत आ रही है, हम नहीं कर पा रहे, या उनकी वजह से हमें दिक्कत आ रही है, तो हम कैसे डील करें? हमें छोड़ देना चाहिए?
Okay, let me clarify. You are trying to preach to someone and they are creating difficulties for you. Is that the situation?
Yes, Master.
So Mataji, don't preach to them. See, the first principle is save yourself. First save yourself, then save others. When we're traveling in an airplane, they tell us to put the mask yourself first and then put on your dependent, who's a child or someone. तो जन्म सार्थक करो, करो परोपकार. पहले अपना जन्म सार्थक कर लेते हैं, है ना? So if you're preaching to someone and that is causing disturbance to you, then Mataji, then it's not good for you. First, you become strong, that nobody can disturb you, because we cannot change disturbing people. You know, I mean, people who are causing disturbances, we can't change them. We can't change their mentality. So better to change ourselves, isn't it? Haribol Mataji, you there?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Is that okay, Mataji? Just giving a short answer. Personal questions, I mean, you can also ask me personally, you know. We can discuss this further. Okay, we have a question by Balkrishna Vrajeshwar Prabhuji. He's saying, I was recently initiated. How can I please Guru Maharaj more and more? One service that Guru Maharaj really likes is that we preach to others. You know, even if it is a little preaching, little baby steps towards preaching, if you're doing, you know, that really pleases Guru Maharaj. And we send him a preaching report every month, every quarter. That really makes Guru Maharaj happy. So, Prabhuji, so if it is possible for you, even if you're not like having a class or something, you know, to preach to, you can just preach to some of your friends and you can distribute some books, and that will really please Guru Maharaj. That's what I feel. It gives him a lot of energy when we send him preaching reports. Isn't that true, Akshay Gaur Sundar Prabhu? Yeah? It makes him happy. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we had Mahasundari Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Okay,
thank you so much for your wonderful realizations today.
All glories to Guru Maharaj.
Mataji, I have a question. Sometimes I have seen with myself also and with others, when we are not able to serve Guru Maharaj to our capacity, then we feel very down. We have that capability and capacity to serve, but somehow situations around us or maybe something that is we are not able to serve. Then we become more self-conscious than seva conscious or guru conscious. So how to deal with that?
Mm-hmm. So Mataji, the goal of seva is to serve Guru and Krishna, isn't it? So if there is a situation wherein you need to perform your duties towards your family or your duties towards maybe the people you are preaching to, and you can't go and welcome Guru Maharaj at the airport, what will please Guru Maharaj? Guru Maharaj will be pleased if you serve your family, if you serve your members. So please understand, it is not, seva is not for our sense gratification. Seva is for Guru's pleasure, Krishna's pleasure. So you have to prioritize, you know, that, you know, choosing an activity that will please Guru and Krishna, not me, you know, even if it tantamounts to you staying at home and not being able to take Guru Maharaj's darshan. You know, so following Vani is more important than associating with Vapu. Right? Okay.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji and Mataji.
I think there are no more questions or comments, but you took a lot of questions from the devotees. So we are very thankful to you, Mataji, for helping all the devotees who are here. Not just you also, you know, helped us connect to Guru Maharaj by understanding how he personally takes care of everyone. Like giving example of your, you know, husband. Like he will not talk to him about any spiritual topic, but about BBC, etc. You were telling, and like sharing that password of like very like how he tries to relate to, that is very something that we can try to learn, and like I can also try to learn and do with the devotees which are there in my care, like whom I am preaching by Guru's mercy. So I can also try to do this and not just always speaking about spirituality, but taking their concern, hearing them out. Like you gave example of Guru Maharaj hearing someone explaining about different type of pains. So it's a lot of learning from Guru Maharaj's life as spoken by you to me, Mataji. I'm very grateful to you for that. Want to say something?
Thank you so much, Shanti.
Thank you.
For sharing
Thank you,
your-
everyone.
Yes.
Everyone, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I see many of my Bhakti Vriksha members also participating. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you, Rati Prada Mataji. Happy to see you. Jai.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. All glories to Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Gurudev. Vancha Karubheshcha. Sorry. Yes, sorry, Guruji. Please speak.
Yeah. So we would like to thank Mataji one time by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So we can all chant Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Thank you.
Vanchakalpatarubheshcha kripasindhubhyo eva patitanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnavyo Namo Namah.
Before devotees leave, just one little announcement. So we have created a dedicated Throwback Thursdays WhatsApp group. So you can join that, because currently what is happening, we are circulating messages in a lot of groups, and you may be part of different groups and you will be receiving the same message multiple times. So to make the process more streamlined, we have created a separate WhatsApp group where you can receive this information. Link I have shared, maybe I'll share it here as well. In this meeting, I'll share the link to join the WhatsApp group. You can follow for that. And like Mataji was telling about the Kartik newsletter, that email that Guru Maharaj has given. So our Hindi team is also translating that. So there is a JPS archives team who takes care of Hindi translation. So they are translating that. So in case you are interested in, getting connected to a Hindi WhatsApp group of Guru Maharaj, this is not official one, run by me. So you can consider joining that as well, where you receive Hindi updates. Okay. So I'll just share the link here. So devotees who want, they can join. Just a second. So you can follow this link, and this will add you to a WhatsApp group, which is dedicatedly for this Throwback Thursdays. And going forward, we will be posting all the updates, information, recording links, etc. in this group only. So this will be only for that purpose. No other things will be shared in this. Yes.
But Prabhu, my humble request, you continue
Mataji.
please posting on other groups as well, because some devotees may not join this group, and they may be interested in. There's so many groups now, no? So
Yes.
yeah. So you kindly please continue posting in others as well, and let this be as well also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, Mataji. We'll do that. Okay. Thank you,
Thank you
Mataji.
so much.
Pranam Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.